Well, broadsheet journalists have described my impressions as stunningly accurate.
Well, they're wrong. I've not heard your Michael Caine, but I assume it would be something along the lines of, "My name's Michael Caine."
That is where you were so wrong, Dad.
Do you, Michael Caine?
Okay, I say Michael Caine used to talk like this in the 1960s, right? But that has changed. And I say that over the years, let me finish, I can't go fast because Michael Caine talks very, very slow.
Right, this is how Michael Caine speaks.
He gets very, very specific. It's very like that. When he gets loudly, it gets very loud indeed. It gets very specific. It's not quite nasal enough the way you're doing it, all right? You're not doing it the way he speaks. You're not doing it with the kind of, and you don't do the broken voice, but he gets very emotional. When he gets very emotional indeed. She was only 16 years old. She was only 16. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
That's Michael Caine.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Yo Joe Jerk Toy Review. I'm your host, Balthazar Getty, and today we'll be looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra snowserpent. Alright, let's take a look at this box. Over here we get a nice little picture of the snowserpent snowboarding. Get the tiny little man in white up there. Over here we get a nice little render of snowserpent. Over here we get a nice look at accessories. On this side of the package we get a better look at the artwork. Number 93. On this side of the package we get the little QR code. And break your glasses out. Tiny little battle stats no one can read. On the top of the box we get the G.I. Joe Classified logo. On this side of the box, we get a look at snowserpent and all of his accessories again. Up here, we get a little side profile. Over here, we get a look at his little fanny pack. Over here, more battle stats. Down here, more legal mush. On the bottom of the box, more legal shit and a barcode. All right, let me get this open. Cut, pop. Let's get these cardboard tombs out. Alright, we get our big old box of fun, and we get our snowserpent. Let's just take a nice little look at him real quick. Alright, we got a deluxe box of fun here. It's just a little bigger than your standard box. Snowserpent here, number 93. Cobra symbol on the back. And let's just pop this guy, and we're gonna get a whole lot of fruit snacks ready for lunch. Alright, got that out of the way, and we get two big old hunkin' bags of fun. Deluxe fun. Alright, we'll spin-a-rooney the first one. I'm not trying to dump it into my hand this time. That's just too much. So we're just gonna open it. Take a look. Oh, got the wolf thing. Got the cape thing. Alright, spin-a-rooney the next bag. Spin-a-rooney, spin-a-rooney. We're gonna rip and tear, throw that out of the way. And we're gonna take stuff out. We got the little Cobra snowboard. Some kind of bazooka. Snowshoe, backpack, and all kinds of other shit. Alright, let me get this stuff on the table and I'll be right back with you. Alright, let's take a look at this figure. First up, we're gonna take a look at the head sculpt. And I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. This looks phenomenal. It's super reminiscent of the original, with helmet having the three little bumps here, down to the mask in here. I'm glad they made the inner goggles a different color, because this whole faceplate right here, if it was all black, it just wouldn't look right. Up in the goggles, we could see that nice silver trim around the actual lenses. On this side of the helmet, just more detail. And back around the side, you can see the little vents and the screws holding it together. Same thing on this side, nice gray silverish paint on the side of the helmet. Nice sculpted detail in the faceplate here. Alright, down here on the feet, we get basically a complete reuse of snow job on all of the legs. So if you want to see how the articulation works and whatnot, you can check out the snow job video I've done, but it's in a basic white Looks really nice. Have no QC issues whatsoever. Up here on the thigh, we got this new little holster. It's got nice straps, nice little detail in there. Smaller style holster around the back. Same thing on the left side. It is the same exact holster. Up here at the waist, we get these nice straps up in here. They're that nice navy blue. Down around the back, same deal. Up here at the diaphragm cut, he's 3 pieces, also like Snow Job. So if I turn him around, you can see that this is a piece and this is a separate piece. He does have a lot of movement. You can see that from the front, just a lot of range and movement. Over here on his stomach, he's got his parachute. Nice little details. You can see the handle in there. Straps have nice detail all across them with a little bit of color right there to break up this blue. Up on the neck, we get this fur collar, and it's glued down, so it's not going anywhere. Up here at the neck, he's got lots of range and movement. It does go side to side, no problem, doing the wiggle dance. Down here at the shoulder, we got an all-new sculpt. This isn't just an overlay, this is totally sculpted in. Up here and in the shoulder, it's the same thing as Snow Job. You get a lot of range, it moves back and forth and covers up the joint really well. So you can see that moving in there and just keeping it covered. Down here, just more Snow Job reuse. Nice little navy blue paint. We got the emblem for the snowserpent right here. Down here on the forearm, just more fuzz. It's just static, so it's not gonna move back and forth. This is just one solid piece. Down here at the wrists, you got an all-new sculpted hand with the fur on there. Goes around, no problem. And it does go up and down for the wrist with not much movement. On the left arm, it's the same deal, except for you get this nice little Cobra symbol here. I kind of wish it was a little higher. And the same thing here on the forearm. And the same thing down here on the wrist. It just goes back and forth. And just overall, he's built really good. I don't see any QC issues. All the joints move. Everything moves really good. So I have no complaints. I would say his knees are a little stiff, but that's not a bad thing. I'd rather have them stiff than loose. So no complaino here. All right, let's go over the accessories next. First up, we're going to take a look at the backpack. Now, this backpack is just reuse from Bazooka, so I'm not going to go over it too much. I'll just let you take a look. The missiles I already preloaded because there's too much shit already on this table, but you can see that it's just made out of a gray plastic. Same missiles you're getting with Bazooka, but the pack is painted black with some white on there. It looks really nice. It's got a little bit of storage, but you're probably not gonna fit everything on this figure. All right, speaking of reuse, let's look at his rocket launcher. This is the same thing that came with Bazooka, just repainted and cast in a different color plastic, which is black. We get a little white paint there, but you are getting the same exact rocket launcher. And here you go. You could take a look and see that it's just reuse again. And here we have his little set of goggles. Now, I thought these were reuse from Snow Job, but I checked it out and they really aren't. If you look up here in the bridge, it's different. See what I mean? They look the same, but when you look at the top of the goggles, they are actually different. I think the thickness is different too as well. So new goggles. All right, we're just gonna do these 2 pistols next. And it's the same pistol you get with the Viper set. Nothing wrong with it. Nice sculpted pistol. Has a port for blast effects. The port's nice and tight for those blast effects, so no problems there. Here, we're gonna look at his modified like M16 or something with a rocket launcher on the bottom. These pieces were separate when I opened them in the bag, so definitely keep a lookout for these clips. They are fucking tiny, and I actually lost one in the carpet, but I did find it. Ports in there, and I don't think we've been offered this weapon yet, so pretty cool. Looks like it has 2 ports for blast effects. They fit in there no problem. Looks really good. He also comes with this tiny little knife, and it's just a tiny little knife. Nice little amount of detail on there, and tiny knife. He's got one more kind of laser machine gun thingy. This is the clip that I lost in the carpet and was having trouble finding, so like I said, when you open this, don't be a jackass like me and spin them around and dump them. Take your time, because these clips disappear in the carpet very well. Clip port's in there, no problem. Stays in there nice. It's got a nice little sculpt. Same thing on the other side. Lots of fun. Blast effects poured in there, so good to go. Alright, next we're gonna take a look at the snowshoes. Right and the left pair, and these are just the same exact snowshoes that came with Snow Job, just a different color. Nice texture on the bottom. Fun little sculpt at the top. I really do wish they just left the tennis racket ones, because that's what really made the vintage ones stand out more. Now over here, these holes I think look a little bit bigger on this one than the Snow Job for storage, but we'll go over that in a bit. Alright, next up we get the ridiculous wolf mane, and it's sculpted good. The teeth look good. It's kind of gross that it has gums on it.
This is a lovely room of death. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
And I'm not really into this part of it. You know, I think it's really cool if you're troop building and you need like a commander. I just kind of like the figure as is. I don't think it needed a big wolf's mane and, you know, this giant ridiculous wolf cape. And we'll check it out. I'm probably not going to display mine with this. And that's kind of cool because you port in here on the normal back and then there's a port for the backpack here. And last up, we're going to take a look at the snowboard. And I think this is a lot of fun. I think it's a fun idea, but I would have rather had the classic snowshoes. You can see nice texturing in there. It's pretty cool. You get your Cobra symbol. I didn't know they painted the bottom of this thing. So it's got that like winter camouflage effect on the top and the bottom of the board. And then right here in the middle, we get that snow serpent insignia. And just all in all fun, but I would have just liked the classic snowshoes. I know I'm a broken record. Next up, we're gonna do the accessories. So do the wolf cape and get that out of the way. Fits on the shoulders, you port it into the back, and it ports into the back. It stays in there really well. It's in there, it ain't going nowhere. Next up, you just take this and just slap it over the top, and it fits in there really well. I'm not going to put the goggles on there because I think if you put the goggles on him and then put this on, you run the risk of breaking the goggles. And since I'm not going to be using the wolf skin, I'm not going to risk the goggles getting stretched out. It looks really cool. It really amps him up if that's what you like. I could have lived without this, but very fun. Next, I'm going to throw the goggles on him because I need him to look like the classic version of Snow Serpent. And there you go. This is looking pretty vintage now. They fit on there really well and it doesn't look like they're falling off. Here he is with both pistols. They fit in the hands, no problem. Also, this is what he looks like with the goggles down. Pistol fits into the holster. Didn't have to fight it. Same on this side. Fit in there, no problem. He does come with the knife. There is no knife storage, so no storage for Mr. Knife. All right, we're gonna try on the snowshoes. The tip of the foot in, and then you just find the peg and push them suckers in. And here he is with the snowshoes. And I like them, but like I said, I like the original tennis rackets a whole lot better. But they fit in there and they look good. There he is with the backpack ported in. That fits in there, no problem. Here he is with that machine gun. It fits into his hands, no problem. Looks really good. I wish that they gave him the AK-47. The original one came with, especially because Sergeant Slaughter has one. You could have just threw it in with him. Here's the smaller machine gun laser thing. Also fits into his hands, no problem. Stays in there really well. Also, no place to store it. I'm trying to get the bazooka in his hand, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the way that these wrists are built, you ain't ever gonna get this bazooka in his hand without modifying it, because I'm sitting here twisting it, trying to pop it in there, and maybe it's too gummy, but when I bring it up and around, it just pops out of his hand. So this bazooka fucking sucks for this figure. Like, if you're gonna give him an accessory, make sure that it fits in his hand. And of course, we all know that the bazooka fits onto the back, and that's probably where you're gonna have to keep it, because it's worthless to this figure. So there it is, snapped in there. It'll be He's sitting on the back doing nothing where it belongs. And last up, we got the snowboard. Line his feet up and push him down, and he should theoretically stay in there. Here's the snowboard. Fits on his feet really well. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And here he is doing some kind of X game flip. Also, you could clip the snowshoes into the backpack. And for a size comparison, we have him with the Arctic Bat and Snow Job. Here we have him with one of the biggest and the smallest in the line. Here we have Big Ben and Tunnel Rat. Here we have Storm Shadow and Torpedo. Here we have him with Cobra Commander and Beachhead. So at the end of the day, and my final thoughts on this figure are, I really like the base figure. I'm not crazy about all the reuse as far as his weaponry. I think the snowboard's a lot of fun. I just wish they would have made the classic snowshoes. But all in all, a very fun figure. And that's all I got this week, people. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next review. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.